crucial information they'd like for their promotional material, and I'll make sure everything's congruent and shares elements and themes to keep the visual identity strong. Ticketing, I need to do secondary research to compare different ticket websites like Dice, Fatsoma, C-Tickets. I'm going to write a survey to ask my peer group reasonable ticket prices and preferred ticket sites. Then this is my planning. So I've actually written down the key. Hold on. Yeah, the key dates. So I'm going to start on the week commencing the 23rd of February. And the key weeks I have to focus on is week 5. So I just skip to that. There's a lot on there. I've got a gig that I'm working the door for and have to have promotional material done for on Monday the 23rd of March in Manchester. So it's going to be a busy week. Then week 10, there's another gig on Wednesday the April of 29th, which I'll be doing similar things for. I've made a list of all the equipment I'll need for each task. Week 11 is when I am aiming to do my gig, my zine launch, and I've given myself the dates between the 2nd of May and the 9th of May to book it. Obviously, my primary research will be booking gigs, so I don't know when it's going to be yet, but I've got a time frame so that I can keep within my weekly plan. And then my final week, just doing all my evaluation and writing everything up. Problem solving, overwhelming amounts of work. Instead of having a strict plan, I've just got a loose weekly plan, and I've scheduled in catch-up weeks and catch-up days so that I can stay in line and I don't get too overwhelmed. Difficulty financing a venue hire. FLK has a gig coming up, so I'll speak to Sunny about having a separate finance account and using the money from that to finance my gig. I could also sell some of my art to make money. Working with musicians could be tricky because they have busy schedules, but my solution is to reach out to artists a few weeks in advance so they can schedule me in early, or also if something changes or they're busy, I can change my plan and keep adaptable. Evaluation and reflection. Self-reflection, I'll be doing weekly evaluations to see how I've stuck to my plan, whether my research has been effective, and so that I can prepare for the next week. I've got my final reflection to reflect on how it's progressed and the key aspects of the project. Peer and tutor evaluation, I'll be consulting Sunny, who I'm working with. I'll be consulting my friends and classmates on the zine to see if it fits their audience taste, and I'll be asking you guys, my tutors, to check on how I've progressed. Then presentation, I'll be using a mix of digital graphics and physical collaging. That's a poster for a company that I'm currently working on. The zine will be physically made, but obviously scanned, and I'll like a DIY printed attitude. And then my website, I want it to look like the zine to keep everything congruent. So it'll have a collage-like DIY look. This is my bibliography. Thank you. Any questions?
Thanks, Bella. Thank you.
Thanks, Bella. Just go back one slide if you would. Thank you.
Yeah, I converted it from Canva to PowerPoint.
That's all right. I'm not worried about the layout. Is there any secondary links on helping you to promote your event?
Not yet, because I've yet to look into that.
Or music journalism?
Music journalism I'll mainly be doing primary research on that with interviewing other music journalists, but no.
I've got to hear something similar, Bella. You just there's a couple of key things like that you may not have thought of, or you may have just skipped over in your presentation. It's you're going to be doing a lot of interviews.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to look at interviewing techniques, which I'm sure you've thought of, but it's just making that explicit.
I mean, I've got a bit on there.
Yeah.
And then it's on my plan. I don't know if you got to see it. Interviewing Bill Adamson, and then it's somewhere. Yeah.
There's a pointer on that remote as well at the top.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. Just press it.
It's mainly primary research for that.
Yeah, and so all I'm saying is, don't rely on doing loads of interviews to develop your interviewing techniques. Do one, and then reflect on that and
Evaluate,
develop on how that. And then the same goes with critical writing. So one thing I asked Andrew to do, who you probably know, last year when he did this, was you're going to be doing a lot of writing, and you're going to be doing it. It'll obviously need to be in a style that you choose, and it'll be a mix of, well, what would you say? It would be like analytical writing and creative writing, because you're going to have to give it some character. So
Yeah.
there might be, well, there definitely will be a need. I mean, you could go to the English department and interview some English tutors.
I did English.
Yeah, so then
yeah.
then use what I'm saying is we'd want to
Use
see a
that.
development of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So make sure that goes in there as well, because that's like key primary research.
Yeah.
You're doing loads, or your plan is to do loads and all these interviews and all these research and all the creative stuff, but make sure that you are taking the time to develop it, and then go do it, and then come back and develop it, and then go do
Yeah.
it. Does that make sense? Yeah. Just make sure
100%.
that's highlighted.
I do have in my plan certain times when I'll be asking for feedback from
Yeah.
reviewers, but then there's obviously the self-evaluation.
Yeah.
Is it just on paper or is it online, the zine?
So because I wanted to stick within the local community, it's going to be printed on paper. I'm aiming to make 30 plus copies depending on the demand for the zine launch gig, but I will also be posting about it and posting like pages from it on the social media that I'm setting up for the promotion company.
Cool. And again, make sure that you are working with the promotional company, and you will be doing the thing, but make sure you're backing that up with secondary research, like
Yeah.
how to create a brand,
Yeah.
how to promote successfully. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because part of your final reflection will be to make academic sense of stuff, and you know what that means, like in terms of, you do the primary research, then you do some secondary to back it up, and then it leads to questions,
Yeah.
it leads to progress. Make sure you're just making that very explicit. Alright.
Is there any way you can tell whether you've created a good zine or not?
Well, like I say, I have a target audience in mind of like young musicians. So as I make it, I'll be getting feedback from other members of the community, like my classmates and peers outside of college as well. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm quite involved with the local York musicians, so I'll be asking for feedback from that. I suppose at the end of it, it's also to do with how the promotion company is happy with the zine, and also how well the gig sells.
I just wondered if there was any kind of figures from any of the zines that you might be able to, you know what I mean, look at or
I
compare
think
against,
a
or
lot of the thing with zines is that they're a very self-expressive and localized form of media. So I think obviously you want it to be sharing a clear message and communicative, but at the same time it's not necessarily based on like quantitative data. It's not like it's a more subjective thing.
On that though, have you sort of got an idea of the shape and sort of message you want your zine to take or portray?
Yeah, so it's going to sort of focus on the importance of grassroots and local music. There'll be like, I'll probably have a page on like current politics as well. I think it'll be focused on working together as a community and supporting grassroots venues and small bands.
Is the Arts Barge currently up and running?
So it closes over winter and opens up from May to September because they can't afford to heat the boat over winter. But I will be looking at that as one of the venues for the zine launch.
Just make sure as well that your conversations with people, because I know that you know some of the people that you're working with, just make sure that your conversations and your, make sure that it's not just word of mouth, that you can, because it is dead easy just to go, right, should we do this today, and then be like, yeah, you know what I mean, like make sure that you've got, it's that thing that I mentioned to you, just make sure you're highlighting all the good work you're doing.
I do have an email chain with Sunny.
So that can be in there as primary research. It's just, like I've said to you before, it's in your wheelhouse and you're in that scene, and it's very easy to skip over the hard work you're doing. So make sure you're just on top of capturing all that evidence. So that's the key thing. Alright.
Just go to your presentation page. Will any of those three things include what you've learned since the start of the project, as in? So rather than just the end result, is there any?
The website will have all my research on.
Right, okay.
And the posters, it'll be like, because I'll be doing a few, because there's like a few FLK gigs coming up, I'll include them all in my Wix site, and you'll be able to see the progression of the practical skills.
I think it'd just be nice to see the physical zine, and then also a link to what work went into creating that. So what you did personally, do you know what I mean?
So my plan for the website is I'll be taking photos of the zine at different stages of building it up, and then including that as my primary research.
Make sure that's clear, because that's a good piece of primary research, and that's what I mean about evidence in your hard work.
Okay.
Because
it's just hard to fit it all.
I know, but my point is exactly that. Like, that's in your head, and you were always going to do that, but you didn't communicate it.
Right.
So you see what I mean? So it's that balance that we're finding. You're doing a project that really suits you and really speaks to you and really applies to your sort of mentality, your creative output, and it's very easy to skip over the things that make, we talk about that balance between college work and creativity. Like, that is a massive important chunk that that you could have skipped over, but you know that it's in your head to do. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So just make sure you tick in that box. You need to provide us with that evidence. So that would be great to see the zine, to almost have like a tab, and it just shows the zine from day one, day dot, right through to the finished product, and that'll be that'll be an ace piece of primary research. So just make sure that that's explicit.
Okay. Yeah.
That's important. So I think that's the key thing there.
Yeah, I suppose I've not.
It's difficult when you enjoy the thing that you're doing.
Yeah, it's also like. I was about to say something that would definitely like bring my mark down. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, keep that to yourself. But and that is the key there. You're gonna really enjoy doing the project, and you're gonna be in that zone where you go to gigs and you're gonna be on the door and you're gonna be working with people, and obviously it's all the things that you do. But in those moments, just have that little bit of me and Chris nagging you, going, be professional, get the evidence.
Yeah.
you know it's college work, you are enjoying it, and it will have
Well, I
beneficial.
have a specific notebook that I'm gonna include photos of my venue notes and my notes from the gigs.
And you didn't include that in your evaluation. So it needs
Is that in? I wasn't. Would that fit in evaluation?
yes.
Or right?
Because you're still you're working, you're taking notes, you're reflecting on, you know, make sure that when you're doing your write up, you're going to have a notebook where you keep
Yeah.
everything. You can take pictures of that and put it in your weekly evaluation to back up all the work that you've done.
Right.
So again, 2 big points that you just skipped over,
I'm
but you
not a physical planner.
no, but
I'm a
you're
mental
good.
planner.
It's just your job here is to communicate
Yeah.
all those hard working ideas.
It's almost like if I wanted to do this project after you've done it, I just want to look at your website
Right,
and
okay.
see exactly what my
Yeah.
starting point is,
Yeah.
where all your links were, who you interviewed, what was the result of that, what do I do next? Do you know what I mean? It's you're almost, that's what you're doing. You're creating a project, and then you're going to share that evidence with somebody else, us tutors,
Yeah.
external examiners,
Imagine
that tells us how to do that
Yeah.
thing.
Imagine it's somebody that's not even a musician, doesn't even know what any of this means. How would you communicate that to them so that it seems like they could be able to do it themselves? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, keeping a diary is great. It's great evaluation and reflection stuff. So make sure that you talk about that as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Very good, Bella.
Yeah, nice one, Bella. Thank you.